Hey, Shalom, Markins, Rakam Makapash from Jimis London, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Vachachwadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the whole product, expression is truth and all sincerity. Pardon me. Yeah, back again with another video, and I got this article here, well, part of an article, right, because I ain't got a subscription, but it's from the Telegraph, right, and this, without being able to go fully into it, this is the lifestyle that, these elites, these Edomite elites want you to live, trapped in a cage, fed on rations and, limited, controlled and manipulated, right? And these are the plans that they're putting into place in the earth, right? And, and obviously here, this is speaking about London, but this is also, going around or being spoken about in other parts of the world, in order to what they call is to save the planet, to help the planet, right? And save emissions and whatever for the future for our children, right? So it's being put on the people to save the planet, and for them to make the sacrifices, because these elites and the puppets of the elites, they ain't gonna make no sacrifices. They don't need to. They're rich. you know as Bill Gates put it, they offset their carbon footprint for the money they invest in fighting climate change or whatever, right? So they don't have to do shit. They're gonna enjoy all the things that they've always enjoyed, but you're gonna enjoy a lot less. Right? You're gonna enjoy a lot less, right? So, here's just an article that gives you insight to that. All right. So again, from the Telegraph, right? It says no meat, no dairy, and free outfits a year. And they're throwing it on this guy, Sadiq Khan. He's a mayor of London. Because he's wanting to bring in these or wanting to bring in these changes into London, but it's not his plan. It's his owners. The elites that are telling him, what he's gonna implement. In these regions or whatever, right? So he's laying out the plans, right? So it says, welcome to Sadiq Khan's plan for London. C40, a global group of city mayors, Now Esau's eyes is on the globe, right? The elite's eyes is on the globe and controlling the globe, the earth, everything on it, all resources, right? But you could say it starts off with these major cities, right? That's where most of the resources is gathered, in the cities, right? The major cities of the world, right? So yeah, there's a group, a group called the C40, a global group of city mayors chaired by Sadiq Khan, as a radical vision of net zero that critics say will restrict personal choice. Yeah, it's all about restriction, right? About control, right? It says, picture the scene. You have just made it through the door from work, although not by car, because private vehicles no longer exist, right? Because only they want you to get rid of your cars, right? They're telling you they're telling you that they want you to go electric, but there's simply not enough infrastructure for everyone to have an electric car. There's simply not the resources for everyone to have an electric car, right? So that means a lot of people are going to go without cars, right? While they're trying to scrap petrol and diesel cars, make it unaffordable for you to run. Because they might not say, they might say, we're not going to get rid of petrol diesel cars, but they're going to be stopped being sold. I think by 2030 or whatever the target was, right? So they're going to get rid of them per se, but they're going to make it unlivable to own and run, right? Because of the emissions and health and safety and all this stuff, right? So a lot of people are going to be without cars, right? And that's why they also been pushing the renting scene. You hire a car for a certain amount of time. If you want to go to work, you carpool, right? You get in one car, 5 of you from different places, and you go to work or whatever. Catch the bus, get the bicycle. These are the things that they've been promoting, right? Leaving you with less choice, right? Restrictions, right? So yeah, it says although not by car, because private vehicles no longer exist, right? It says you change out of your work clothes into something more comfortable. Perhaps one of the 3 new items of clothing you are allowed to buy every year, right? So I guess that's what they're saying. You can't buy any more than 3 items a year for clothing. Which might seem like, oh, you could work with that, but I don't think so. Personally, you got gym clothes and work clothes and your pajamas, man. Is that it? Nah, man. Ain't gonna work, right? But just radical mad shit that these guys are pushing in the bid to save the planet and trying to convince you that it's necessary to be done, that you need to do this, right, to save the planet. All right, so it's crazy, right? But that's Esau's agenda. That's part of his NWO. 15-minute cities and all this type of stuff here. Rationings. Ration your food and all of that, right? So this isn't no utopia, but this is very opposite. Right? This is a dystopia that this man is creating on the earth, and he's trying to convince you, man, that this is for the best. This is good. But all this is just feeding Esau's selfish and greedy nature, man. All right, which is what we're gonna get into, right? So we're gonna start off here in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. It says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, right? His thoughts and his philosophies, his ideologies, man, are just warped, man. Okay, and this is what causes him to transgress, because he goes against everything the Most High has set out to be righteous. Right? His idea of things, man, is completely different, man, and is wicked, right? He said he is a proud man, right? He's proud because of the power and position that he holds right now in the earth. He thinks he can do things his way. Well, the Most High is still the ruler over the whole earth, which he made that clear to Nebuchadnezzar when he had him out there grazing the field as an ox. Right? He showed him that it's the Most High that ruleth in the kingdom of men. Right? You're not in charge. Okay, you're still supposed to be, conducting yourself in a righteous way, man. And anything that goes against that righteous way is an abomination to the Most High, and He's gonna punish you. It's been as simple as that, right? So he's a proud man. So neither keepeth at home, right? He ain't, we know Esau, Edom. They got their land, right? The land of Edom. Okay, but that's not where they inhabit. They don't inhabit that place, but they everywhere else in the world, stealing from everybody else, stolen, everybody else's land. But you got your own land that was assigned to you, but you don't keep at home, right? You don't mind your business, okay? That's why you got garrisons throughout all the earth, and all types of things, man. Taking resources from everybody, making them impoverished and stealing their resources. That's you, right? So neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell. His desire is insatiable, right? He just wants, and wants. And if you got, he'll take. If you got something that he wants, he'll take it from you, right? Even though he has plenty. Okay? So who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. He cannot be satisfied, right? But gathereth unto him all nations, and heateth unto him all people. This is why it's a global thing that he's doing, right? Everything's global. This is for everybody. Everybody's involved in this. Everyone's gonna have to be, behave to the same set of rules that he applies to everybody, man. And that's why a lot of these events that have been happening recently, man, it's been on a global scale, right? To perform global governance. So we got world organizations, getting more and more power, like the WHO, WEF, right? They're setting agendas out there for everybody in the world. But these are predominantly Edomites, man. At the very least, being controlled by Edomites, the elites, right? So yeah, he gathereth unto him all nations, and heateth unto him all people, right? So shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taught in proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, right? And this thick clay is the debt, right? But like I said, he going around everywhere taking things that don't belong to him. Okay, and he has a blood debt as well on top of that he cannot pay, right? But like I said, he's a covetous man, right? But he has plenty, but he's still looking to take away from the common people, and making them suffer, causing them to be more impoverished, But that's what Esau's been doing throughout the whole earth, right? This is Psalm 73, verse 6, it says, therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment, right? Like I said, anything that Esau wants, he takes it by force. You know, comes up with some plan or some idea to take things from you, man. Right? You know, while oppressing the people, right? And because they're in the power seat to do that, obviously they're proud because they can. They've got the power to. They've got the resources. They've got the money, right? So their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish, right? These elites have got plenty, man. They got enough to share with the world. They still have enough, man, to still be living nice, right? But they don't want to share. You know, they want everything to themselves. Okay, leave you with the minimal, right? So they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily, right? They don't give no concern about this. Like, oh yeah, you're only gonna have 3 outfits, and you can't drive cars no more. You can only eat no meat and no dairy. They're just like, well, that's what has to happen because uh, uh you're a drain on society. You're a drain on resources on the earth. You can't afford them, so they don't care that they're gonna put you in oppression. They don't care at all. They have no empathy, no sympathy, no empathy, no sympathy. Neither of them about the conditions that they're putting on the people. Because they look at the way they're telling you, man, that, it's for your benefit. That you need to do this, man. Otherwise, the Earth's gonna blow up or something. You know what I'm saying? A hurricane's gonna consume the Earth or some craziness. You know. This is That's what I wanted from that. So, let's get Sirach, chapter 14. It says, riches are not comely for a niggard, right? A miser, someone that's selfish, right? And that's what Esau is, right? But he got all the riches, he got all the wealth in the world, right? So what should an envious man do with money? A man that is completely covetous, man, always wants, and wants something that somebody else has got. What is he going to do with money? Right? He that garreth by defrauding his own soul, garreth for others that shall spend his good riotously, right? He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. Right? There is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly. Right? So what Esau looks like he's doing in the earth is trying to help the planet, trying to help people. This is what it looks like he's trying to do on the surface of things. Okay, not understanding it's not really for you. It's just for him. Right? So if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. Right? At the last, and this is what we're trying to tell you people, man. You're gonna find out that this man, Esau, Edom, is the devil the Bible speaks about. You so-called white people are Esau, right? So you're gonna find out in the end who or what this man truly is. Okay? Because you're not listening to us now. Well, when Esau, puts all these plans into place and has you under his control, he got you hipped and whatever, right? You're gonna find out about this devil, man. You're gonna find out about what we've always known. Since we come in the street, we've known this, right? Verse 8: the envious man have a wicked eye. He turneth away his face. He despiseth men. He despises me. He looks at people as useless eaters, man. Just a drain on resources. And this is why Esau, he looks to replace all of you, okay, with machines and robots, AIs, right? He wants to keep the world's population down to 500 million, according to the Georgia Guidestones that were, recently, destroyed. But that's his ambitions. He don't want people. He hates people, man. He despises people. You're there as tools, and when the tool has no use no more, which is which is the conditions that he's creating right now, he'll discard you, man. That's what he wants, because apparently there's too many people on the planet, right? And it's causing the world to warm up. Right? As Mr. Sinister Gates, meticulously explained in his, his carbon fighting talk, TED Talk or whatever, right? There's too many people on the planet, and there needs to be a reduction, right? And guess what? You know, well, he said it. I didn't say it. He said it, right? If we do a good job with these V shots, right? Yeah, we can get the number down. But guess what's going to play a role in that too? War. We know World War III is gonna come around soon, right? So World War III gonna play a part in that reduction too. You know, uh, civil war, chaos, right? Famine. That's all gonna take care of all of that. Bringing these numbers down, right? And these are the things that Esau's planning. All right. That's it from that. Right, but yeah, he's an envious man, a covetous man. It's Psalm 64 verse 2 says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. Right, these secret counsel, these secret meetings, these leader meetings, these Bilderberg meetings, the G7s and G summits, and this was what the C40, people know about them. We don't know what the hell goes on in them. It's secret. So they always give you the little press at the end, and they say, yeah, we discussed this and that. Oh, okay, what else did you discuss though? Is that what you really discussed? And people don't know. But the papers, the news, they'll just they'll type it up, put it in a newspaper or whatever, and that's what you have to go by. You don't know if these men are lying or not. But we know they're lying. But a fact checker will tell you, no, that's not what they said. They said this. Well, yeah, of course that's what they fucking said. They ain't gonna tell you what they were saying behind closed doors, are they? They ain't gonna tell you the truth, are they? Come on, man. People are stupid, man. But anyway, it says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, right? So they do exist, right? And they're plotting wickedness, not righteousness, not help, but evil, right? It says, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter, right? Evil just means a bad time. It's going to be a bad time for people, man, because of the things that they're going to implement, the things that they're going to do, right? Which includes all of the above here. Restricting your food, right? Restricting your clothing, restricting your transport, restricting your movements, period. Okay, getting locked up in 15-minute smarter cities, But they're going to sell it to you. Like, everything's there. Why do you need to go outside? It's dangerous outside. There's all kinds of, crazy things going on. You just stay inside the city. You've got everything there. Your work's here. The shop is, your shopping's there. Your supermarkets is there. Your pharmacy's there. Your parks are here. Whatever, man. So they're gonna sell it to you in a nice little package, making it sound like it's that sounds alright. Because I mean, look, it sounds convenient. It does. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds convenient. Everything that you need is in 15 minutes of you, man. Yeah, it sounds great. None of this long traveling, but you don't need a car then. But it's all a ploy to lock you in, right? All a ploy to lock you in. And since I've speaking about that, let's see, right? Just this quick one here. It says 2 Corinthians 15 and 17. A man should desire to go into a city and should not be able, right? So they have their intentions for these things, right? That eventually you're not going to be able to travel between cities and things like that. Or when they do physically lock down places, that you're not going to be able to move between places. Okay, you are going to be locked in kill zone. You are going to be locked into these spaces, man. You ain't coming out, right? You ain't got the permission to leave, to cross the borders out or whatever. AI is watching you, man. Okay. So back here, Psalm 64 verse 5 said, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily, right? They're setting people up, right? And most people can't see it. There's obviously some people that speak out against it and kind of know what the government's doing or whatever. But Majority of these people are just going to accept it, especially when they're faced with the alternative, which is, absolute chaos and anarchy, and, people are going to want a safer option that Esau, is offering. So they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, "Who shall see them?" Right? Because people are stupid, man. Right? So most people are not gonna see it happen. So they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. All right. So I said they've been sitting here scheming and plotting for a long time, and they got it laid out, man. All the false flags and all the feints that they're throwing right now to get you to commit it, to fall for the trick, to set you up for the punch. So we keep talking about this winter and what may come, because of the talks of a new variant of pestilence is being is circulating, man. And so we will see what Esau decides to do with that. But Esau he's setting up people, man. Okay, getting them to get to the point where he can take maximum advantage of you. Okay, get you C-hipped, get you to take the MOTB. All right. So this is Genesis chapter 47, verse 18. It says, when that year was ended, they came unto him the second year, and they said unto him, we will not hide it from my Lord, how that our money is spent. My Lord also have our herds of cattle. There is aught left in the sight of my Lord, but our bodies and our lands. Right? So Esau is creating a situation where, like I said, he's inflicting pain on the people by, creating these events to take place. Right? Which is going to force people in a difficult situation. Right? The economy is effed, right? The food supply is on its way out. The money system's on its way out, right? You're gonna be faced with you got inflation, you got afford food, right? And that's all pursuant to the black horse in Revelation chapter 6, right? The inflation of the prices of items of food and whatever, it's all going up, right? And it's gonna go up a lot more. So there's gonna come a point in time where people are gonna be crippled and not gonna be able to afford anything, right? Or the supply is going to be low, and so you can't get food. Mixed with everything else that's happening, whether it be pestilence, whether it be war or whatever, man. You're going to be put into a difficult situation that Esau has constructed, to the fact that you have to give up yourselves, man. Right? Like I said, Esau is taking everything away from people. Because like I say, he's living fine. Okay, inflation ain't affecting him. These elites and that. They still eat the same as they've always been eating. It's you that gotta trim back. Buy a little less. Verse 19 says, wherefore shall we die before thine eyes, both we and our land, right? So it's going to come a point where people are going to be, it's going to be so bad, people are going to be starving to death. There's going to be famines in the earth. All right? And you're going to be begging your governments to help. Right? But their help is going to come with caveats, man. It's going to come with strings attached. You ain't going to get free food or whatever, man. You're going to have to do something. Okay, you're going to have to take his mark. Right? It says, buy us and our land for bread, and we will give our land, and will be servants unto Pharaoh, and give us seed, that we may live and not die, that the land be not desolate. Right, so you're gonna, like I said, commit yourselves to Esau and become his slaves. Right? And like I said, now he owns everything. Just like Pharaoh, he owned everything then. Right? Because he wants everything. He wants to be able to dictate you to the micro sort of levels what you can and can't do. Because he wants to be like the Most High. He wants to feel like he has the ability to do that. All right? Verse 20, and Joseph bought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh, for the Egyptians sold every man his field, because the famine prevailed over them. Right? This time of trouble, pursuing to Daniel 12, and 1 is going to prevail over the people, man. Okay, let's grab that quickly. Right, Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was, since there was a nation, even to that same time. Right, so there's a time of evil, a time of trouble that's about to come to the earth that, like there's never been before. And this is what's going to prevail over the people and have them bowing down to Esau and taking his mark. Right? So then at that time shall thy people shall be delivered, okay, the elect of Israel, right? Everyone that should be found written in the book. Right? It's the elect that are gonna withstand or stand up against it, and not receive his mark. So back here in Genesis 47, verse 20, I said Joseph bought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh, for the Egyptians sold every man his field because the famine prevailed over them, so the land became Pharaoh's. And as for the people, he moved them, relocated them, right, to cities for one end of the borders of Egypt, even to the other end thereof, right? So he gonna could do anything with you, right? He owns your lands, you don't live here no more. You're gonna be living here. But these 15-minute cities and all this, what you can and can't own, Esau gonna be able to say, look, this is where you are now, you know. So you got the power to do that. All right. Yeah, and you're gonna be grateful. You read down to verse 25, man. It says that they said, "Thou hast saved our lives. Let us find grace in the sight of my Lord, and we will be Pharaoh's servants." So you're gonna be grateful because it's gonna be bad out here. It's gonna be bad out here. So you're thinking that he saved your lives, but the problem is anyone that takes the mark of Esau, okay, the mark of the MOTB, right? The Lord is gonna destroy with fire. So that's gonna be short lived. You know. But yeah, we're gonna close up with this, Revelations 13 and 16, and he calls it all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Right? So this is what it's gonna push you towards, man, to take this MOTB. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right? So if you take that mark and Esau are gonna provide you with food, well guess what? You're gonna need a particular type of currency now, because cash is going to be destroyed, right? The traditional way of paying for things is going to be gone, right? And this is why the MLTB plays its part in this, because it's going to be what performs those transactions for you, man. It's what's going to hold your CBDCs, your central bank digital currencies. That's going to enable you to purchase whatever Esau allows you to purchase, with whatever credits he's given you, right? For rationing system, but of a digital nature. Right? And so you're going to be restricted. While Esau's going to hold all the resources, man. He's going to own everything. Okay? And this is why WEF are at work. They got this slogan, you will own nothing and be happy. All right? Because Esau is looking to take all resources away from people. That's why people are losing their houses. That's what the inflation is doing with these people with the mortgages, right? And their interest rates. Right? People are getting priced out. Okay, people are losing their houses, man. More houses are going to be lost. They're going to put up the interest rates again. Esau is taking resources from everybody. He's taking your cars away from you. Oh, now they're too dirty. But it ain't easy to just go afford an EV. Man, that shit expensive. And plus, you can't charge it. Take ages to charge. You can't charge it when you want to charge it. It's not as simple just going to the petrol station and filling it up. Take a couple minutes. Now you got to sit there at a petrol station, limited spaces and charge a car for like an hour or whatever it is, man. So Esau just making everything difficult, man. He's taking everything away from you because he wants it for himself. Because he's greedy. Man. Right? But the Most High got plans for the greedy man. All right? He's going to lose everything, man. It's Joel 20. Yeah, verse 15 says, He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. God shall cast them out of his belly. Right? The Most High going to make him hand over everything that he's stolen and, ripped from other people, So he shall suck the poison of asps, the viper's tongue shall slay him. Right? He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the books of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore. Right? All this work he's putting in, taking, everything from everybody else, man. He's gonna have to give it back. Right? And shall not swallow it down. You're not gonna keep it. You're not gonna hold it down. Right? According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice in. Right? So he's gonna lose everything. Because you have oppressed and forsaken the poor, because you have violently taken away a house which he builded not. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly, he shall not say of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, okay, when he's almost done everything, got everything accomplished, and got everything from everybody, right? He shall be in straits, he shall be in trouble, he shall be in problems. Right? Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. All the workers. That's what the word wicked here, really is when you go and look into the Hebrew. Right? When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Yeah, just as you're about to be full. Right? He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. Right? And that's the missiles, man. The missiles going to put an end to Esau's kingdom, beginning with America, man. And the angels, okay, when Yahushua returns. Okay, it's going to put an end to you and your reign. Your reign of terror. Right? Your reign of greed. All right? It says, it is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall, terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places, a fire not blown shall consume him, it shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. This is the portion of a wicked man from the Most High, and the heritage appointed unto him by the Most High Yahweh. All right, so that's what's going to happen with him, man. So although they're trying to do all of this, okay, they ain't going to pull it off, man. They ain't going to, hold that position. Okay, you might be, they might be living it up and, for a little while like that. Like I said, in the fullness of his sufficiency, right? So you might feel like he really won. But the Most High going to make sure that you don't get to keep none of that stuff. All right? But, this is just an insight to, Esau's plans and his agendas, man. Because he's a greedy man. He's a covetous man. Okay, he's the wicked. All right. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom, Lord, when this has been edifying. I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video, man. So till next time, I say shalom.